Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Bublz from Lori Byerly. This is neat. It's so simple, and I can see a lot of interesting possibilities with it for fun. Okay, and it's just a bunch of orbs, and I love the simplicity of it. So I'm just going to start. Let's see. I'm going to put a large one in the corner down here. And so this is one, if you have challenges with randomizing things, just putting things anywhere, a little bit of a challenge. Although this is because you can just start a place and then have it grow off of there. Um, and I'm going to put one crosswise, maybe not so, not as big. And then I think I'll come down here and put one. So like I'm just trying to alternate sizes, and then well here it's not going to work, but here if you do this all the time, like this one, look at how nice that was. This where you end up with the little tag thing, that's what I call it. That's a great place to start one. Here, well there's no now it looks like um, although there's no reason why I couldn't put a third one here. I'm not gonna though. And then let's see. Let's put one. We'll go do a nice. Ooh, let's do a really big one. Let's see if we can get it to go. Sure, it can. And you know what? This is why we call them orbs. So that way they just are. And let's do one more. Do a nice big one right here in the middle, just like that. Okay. So it needs to have something down here. Sorry. It's just like looking. It's like no, we can't have that little space there just being empty like that. So it doesn't matter however you place them, up to you completely. And then we're going to use the tangle enhancer rounding, and that see, and on my version of the step out, I put some rounding in some areas so that way you could see it. And then on that is my step 3, and then step 4 I finished it because I was thinking, well, if I just put it all in, if you're not aware of that, I mean, you might not go, oh, look at that's rounding in there, and just go. I always like to. My aim is to cater to anyone that might be new with Zentangle. So here's round. I just did the two sides there, and rounding is just so we have this corner, and round it, hence the name, and fill it in. And so if you do that to all the sides, find an intersection and do that to all the sides. That's what we're doing. There's a tangle called floors. If you're familiar with that one, or if you're not familiar, I know I have a video on that one. You could take a look. Same idea, but that is done with a grid. And this you could also have fun with the like how big your rounding is, or how small. And in some places here, like where it's I'm just gonna call it a wide angle. You can just put a little bit in, round a little bit, so there's just a little thickening right there in the edge. But this part is all up to you. But you can see how if I just put that in, even if I did it in red, you might not. If you're new to Zentangle, you might not understand, or if you've never done this technique before or heard of it. Um, so I just like to work to be clear in my step outs, because you might if you're just looking at the step out, you're not going to hear this anyway. So I'm explaining it to those who are seeing it, who are listening here, and then we'll see it afterwards. And then we just continue to do this. Then we'll add some shading. I was thinking about this one, and where did I find this? I found this on Pinterest, and um, when I click the link, it doesn't really take me anywhere else, and I didn't do a lot of extra research. Usually, my extent is what, before I post, I'm going to double check a couple other sites and see, because there was no um, no samples, of work except for, let me just look again while I'm talking. Oh yeah, well, one sample, there's her step out, and then it, done big, and it's really really nice. But one of the things that I was thinking about is, let me finish one area here. Um, would you want to make this a reticula, and where you might put tangles in there? And I honestly don't see why not. It's your tangle. You do what you want with it when you're playing with it. So, but I just wanted to see, if she had some samples, with her, playing around. It's just nice to see, in my opinion, it's always nice to see the vision of the creator of the tangle and how they see it and see it being used. And that's just me being a nerd. So, but I'll take a look, and you'll find, if I find something, you'll find that those links or link in the description section. I will at least have the Pinterest link there, so that way you can see that. I always think it's good for you to see it in the see it from the creator of the tangle. I think I got them, although this doesn't quite look like rounding there. There we go. And you see, it just looks rather, it just has a neat look. And then, let's see, then, figure which way you want to be up. Honestly, these kind of things. So I would, when you're deciding which way is up, it's like, well, because I'm gonna put shading on one side. So like right here, look at how it covers that there up. Here, oh, there's another one. And I'm going to start with just kind of these big areas. Here, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. Let's put some here. Maybe here, I'm not sure yet. Here, again, and this is one of the things that I do like to do, where I'm not necessarily, I'm putting graphite in all the areas that I know I want to try first, and then as I'm going, I have considerations, like maybe like right in here. But I like to do, and so if you've watched me before, I like to do the shading kind of in steps. And then I see if I like it. And sometimes just even this process, you might get some other extra good idea, or you might go, that I like it just as it is. Oh, that's neat. And then also, like, I'm looking at it in the camera also. One thing that you could do is either take a picture of it, look through your work through a lens, or as my mom used to say when she was in art school, that they would before there was even cell phones, really. Sorry, Mom. Well, I could say the same, really. Um, they would, look at it. They would hold up their work, in front of a mirror and look at it through the mirror, because it flips things, that you look at it with a different set of eyes, essentially. And it is really, really neat to do. And I know that that's part of why, and I joke, and, I call it a, who did that moment, when I'll go back and look at my work later and like, whose is that? Oh, that is mine. Huh. Interesting. And because it's, when you're not looking at it so close, it's just a really, really neat thing. I like this the way it is. So you could have fun with this. I'm just going to leave it. I think it's really, really neat. Like I said, I can see a lot of fun, and I'm thinking of one person in particular. I can't wait to see what she does with this in our Tangle Addicts community. And you know who you are. Well, actually, there's a number of them, but so if you're into bubbles and gems, and and making it really neat, extra neat, I can see a lot of fun with this. And you know what? I think I am gonna just a little bit of graphite right there as I'm looking at it and talking. Yep. Really, really fun. All right. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, would love it if you click the like button. And while you're at it, if you haven't done so already, would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. So just click that button as well. And one thing I haven't mentioned in a while, uh, depending on how you like your notifications, and I don't know, it depends on the platform, but there's usually a place to check your notifications. And if you don't, I don't like my phone and my devices blowing up with, oh, so and so put on a new video. And there are some platforms that it kind of resets for every place, every subscription that you get. So do check that. I'd rather have you not get any notifications and versus, man, she sure posts a lot. Oh, and then unsubscribe because of that. So I just let you know I do post daily, and then sometimes it might be I might post at least two additional videos. I try to not do more than that in a day, because if I'm posting replays for some of the free classes that I do, I will do that. Just so you know. All right, so if you do that, I appreciate that. It also helps with the algorithms. If you leave comments and share it, things like that as well. In the description section underneath where you'll find the step outs, I have ways to connect with me if you wish. Link to my website, and where you'll see the classes that I just mentioned. You'll see them, and ways to follow me when I post classes, places to follow me, that is. Below that, if you happen to be on Facebook, I have a link to my page, so you can follow me there. And I should actually put this part in the front, but I have it at the end of the link, so that's why it's here. If you'd like to hang out with a bunch of really cool, amazing, and just a tad bit crazy Tangle Addicts, we would love to have you as part of the group. So there's a link to the private Facebook group there. Know that there are questions to gain entry to the membership, so that way, if you don't answer them, I think it automatically declines. So just so you know, it's nothing personal, but that is the requirement. And yeah, I think with that, that's it. Thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.